Today, at any given time, only 4% of the people are actually in market to buy a car. And yet we put almost 90% of our resources against these people just because we don't know any better. This is not new, we've done it in the past, but what is new is that thanks to addressability, we should be able to reduce the amount of resource we put against convincing people to buy a specific car and take that money out and then tell stories over time that are much more relevant to the people who are not interested in buying a car tomorrow. So the addressability challenge and moving from mass marketing to marketing for individuals is one of the key challenges for us for the next 2 or 3 years.
So how does that work, or how does it look like? And of course it looks different in different countries, and you have a global remit. How does that look now, and how do you hope to make that happen?
So what we've done is at Renault we've built a midterm plan, so until 2019, to move from mass marketing to marketing for individuals. Obviously different regions of the world are at different levels of maturity in terms of digital and addressability, both from an internal point of view, the teams, but also the media that are available and the consumer behavior. So what we do is we build this roadmap, we set out the stages we expect the regions to do, and we ask them to come back and tell us at which point they will do a specific step. Obviously there's 3 main pillars to what we need to do. One is we need to set up the data infrastructure to be able to address people. We need to know about them. Secondly, we need to change the way we do creative, because you have different formats now and you don't do it the same. And third, you need to change the way we do media and buy much more addressable and obviously much more digital than we did in the past.
So let me ask you about the creative part a little bit. So that's so interesting, but it's complicated. And we hear a lot about creative optimization. There's algorithms that knows that I live in a warm climate and he lives in a cold climate, and there's different. But how does creativity and addressability, what do you think should happen?
Well, I think we talk about addressability as being the right message at the right time to the right person. But for that right message to actually be tailored to certain people, you need different messages. Based on, it can be either environment or it can be the stage at which you are in the customer journey. So from a creative point of view, we need to actually build scenarii against which we then test and optimize. And some of it is then technical. It's like there is dynamic creative, where actually automatically the ad adapts to the audience, and then also based on the number of repetitions you have seen will change the message. This is a completely different way of doing creative. What will not change is you need an idea. And you need a real creative idea to have an impact. And if you just go for the technical part of making all these fancy technical things, you're going to end up being irrelevant again. And I think our biggest challenge is relevance. And the only way we can go against the ad blockers is staying relevant. So difficulty is the number of advertising formats that are starting to pop up, because we can't develop 15 relevant ads for 15 different formats every time we go to market. And that's where it becomes difficult. So I think over time what we will do is test these different formats, see what really works, and then focus, hone in into the formats that really work and make much more relevant ads with vertical video and you name it, in terms of all the different creative devices that we need to come up with.